26.1 is here.
You saw the pros demo it.
Well, it's cool as hell to watch the elite.
It's not realistic for most of us.
So we're throwing 2 quarterfinal level athletes with real jobs and lives into the mix.
Colton follows our online program, is a full-time firefighter, and trims trees on the side.
Versus Meg, who does classes, works in sales, and bakes the best bread this side of the Mississippi.
No last dance, no escape from the ways we've been to break. No last chance, no long days. Yeah, it all just fades away. Lost again, looking for a way out. Giving in, tearing all away now. Always falling. It's sinking in. The end's closer than we think.
Tree guy versus bread lady.
Your real 26.1 demo starts
Now,
All right, bread lady, are you ready?
Yeah.
Tree guy, are you ready? Yeah! We start in 10 seconds.
All right, and we're giving away 2 $250 Rogue gift cards. All you have to do is leave Team Bread Lady as a comment or Team Tree Guy as a comment below, and we'll pick a winner next week.
Make sure it's Team Tree Guy. 'Cause
No, Bread
he's the
Lady.
best. No, definitely Team Tree Guy.
Are we just picking our teams on boys and girls?
Yes.
Yeah,
That is how
I thought so.
That's how I pick my teams in life.
you guys are so mature. All right, the 2026 CrossFit Games season has begun.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Man, it came so quick.
A lot of fitness. Wall balls.
A lot of
balls.
squatting.
Yeah.
Who saw those coming?
Mia did.
I mean, I always wish them.
Yeah, she
into
wished
existence.
wall ball volume of this size into existence.
Yeah, I was talking to Max during the workout, and wall balls have not mattered in an open workout in a long time. I think since 19.1. I
Yeah.
might be, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but they've been like sprinkled in as like, oh, you have to do some wall balls, but they're not really.
Yeah.
They matter a whole lot right now.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the bottleneck of the workout for most people when you start getting to that 40, 66, I said 60, 66, which is a little bit of a weird rep scheme that it goes to 66 to the top.
It is a strange rep scheme. But I mean, honestly, before you even get there, you've already done 90. You've mixed it with box jump overs and box step overs. So the wall balls in that set of 66 for the people that get there are going to be grief wall balls.
Yeah, the big separator.
Yeah, big separator.
Yeah, so you'll notice I set Colton up a little bit for an aggressive strategy. He said he was going to think about breaking up the first set, and I said, no, you might have tens of thousands of people watching. You just send it,
And
do the first set unbroken.
Whoever wins the first set wins,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But I think for most people, if your fitness level is high enough, I don't really think you lose that much by going 20 unbroken, but that's probably the only set you're really aiming for unbroken at that point, because the sets get bigger and your legs are getting more crushed as you go through.
Yeah, I think it's important to have an idea about how you want to break things up. I also think it's important. So here you see Meg breaking this up really early, but her rest breaks there like 2 to 3 seconds before she gets them back up. I would almost try to get her to slow that down a little bit. I think a rest break of something around 5 to 6 seconds to bring your heart rate down, to let yourself catch your breath for a second. If you're going to take a rest break, make it worth it. I also think that when we think about set sizes and rep schemes and rest schemes, it's important to make sure that you don't get too tied into a strategy too early. And so what I mean by that is, say that in the set of 40 that they're getting ready to start after this, they had thought ahead of time that I want to do sets of 10. But then their judge or themselves in that moment says, I'm resting 10 seconds, 12 seconds, 15 seconds, just to stubbornly stick to the rep scheme that I set. I think that that's a huge mistake. So keep an eye on how long your rest times are actually extending out, and be ready to adjust inside of the moment.
And you think that 10 to 12 second window is the...
I would, that's the metric that I would usually use. If on something like this, in this wall ball scheme, if your rest break is going past that 10-second mark, drop your set size down. I think that that's just the best piece of advice that I can give. So be ready to adjust. Have a plan before you go in, but the adjustment's going to be, if you're resting 10 or 12 seconds, start doing smaller sets.
Yeah, the other thing too that we'll see as it gets deeper into the workout, but people's legs are getting smashed from the wall balls, and then you're also kind of landing in a squat on the box jump and stepping off. So no reps and inconsistency with where your ball's actually hitting becomes an issue later in the workout. So you have these strategies in your head like, oh, I'll do 6 with 6 seconds of breaks. But then you get a no rep or you hit the bottom of the target and it hits you in the face on the way down. You got to kind of be prepared to adapt on the fly to the fatigue you can't really plan for sometimes in an open workout.
Yeah,
Here's
for sure.
a philosophical question. If you're doing a set of 5 and you get a no rep, do you do 6?
I do.
Or do you stick to the 5?
I try to get to the number I had planned, but I think it really depends on how much grief I'm in.
Oh shoot! I have to stop because of that no
I'm
rep.
taking a break.
I just want to really emphasize what Adam said about the rest breaks. That should be the thing that you are super stubborn about and disciplined about in the workout is that 10-second cap rest break. Ideally, if you can keep it 5 to 7 seconds for as long as possible, that's going to take you way further than big sets on wall balls. Wall balls are a movement. For some reason, people they love doing big sets on them, but I just don't think that's going to work in this workout unless you have the fitness to back
you
it
got to
up.
have a elite capacity to do this many wall balls in this type of a format and not
Looks
break.
like Colton's doing the Travis Mayer where he alternates shoulders.
No,
I
Travis
think,
does
sticks to
all
one
on
shoulder.
one side.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Travis
but-
sticks to one shoulder. Colton does the Adam Rogers version where he's actually alternating shoulders, which I love because it's one of the things that I like about it is the Travis Mayer holding on the shoulder, you can kind of rest it on your high cheekbone and it takes some of the pressure off of your hands a little bit during the squat, but it's also making sure that one arm isn't getting blown up compared to the other. I don't know why Travis doesn't switch shoulders. He's athletic enough. I've just played spike ball with him,
That's
but
definitely just a Travis
It's
thing.
just a
that
Travis, I
that
wanna
doesn't
do it like
surprise me
this.
at all.
yeah.
I saw, so Colton, not this Colton, Colton Mertens in the live demo did holding the ball on his chest like that, like Colton
Yeah.
is right there. Meg started, she started with it.
They both experimented. Meg did a little bit
it's
of bear
definitely
hug. Colton did a little bit
weird
of on
and
shoulder.
awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
then-
personally like the bear hug, especially if it's light enough for you that you don't have to squeeze into it. You can kind of let your arms hang long. This might not work for Colton because of his height compared to the box, but for Meg, it's almost like a low hold, like just below your stomach, so you can breathe.
The
think
one
too-
thing the one thing I was noticing watching them do it from the side, putting it on your shoulder, the center of mass of him and the ball has to travel a lot higher. Like he has to stay much more upright compared to when he does a bear hug, that ball is not traveling nearly as high or as far with each rep. So even though you are kind of hunched over, it might actually help you to save a little bit more work because you don't have to travel as high with the ball and your body weight. So something to take in mind, if your legs are really tired and you're actually trying to spend less time and energy on the box during the step overs, that bear hug can be a way to actually do less work per rep.
Yeah, I have some technical comments I'll make when they get back to the step overs, but here we're entering the 66 wall balls, and this, for all normal mortal athletes, is probably where, like, this is going to separate everything.
This is
set at
where you
60
really need to be disciplined on your rest breaks.
rest breaks and trying to stay on it and picking set sizes that make sense. This is, I think, where it's easy to, you think, I could do a set of 12, and then you end up taking a 30-second break, and that time adds up really, really, really quickly at this point in the workout.
Yeah, so you can see Meg's rest breaks here. They're starting to extend out a little bit. And I'm not saying that it was because of the super short ones early on. Just knowing that what a 6-second rest break feels like is the only reason that I would encourage somebody to break a little bit earlier on before they really needed to, just to sort of get that feel and set that rhythm for themselves. The other thing to kind of take into mind here is if you're doing this in a setting where you can't see a clock or you don't have a judge to count you down, we're not saying that you have to be exactly 8 seconds, but finding some way to put some structure on that rest break is very, very valuable. And the other thing that you can do instead of the time is actually count your breaths. So say that she's going to drop this ball here. She's going to count 4 breaths, and then she's going to pick it up and force herself to get back into it. It's going to be about the same time, but it's not her like staring at the clock and then counting herself down. It's just another way for her to basically make sure that rest break's not extending too much.
Max, how slow would you make your breaths?
I was like, should I say this? But I would take a huge, deep, long breath. Like, Max, that was a minute break. I was like, it was 2 breaths. What are you talking about?
He's meditating.
And you guys were talking, so I didn't want to cut you off. But Colton had a plan, did a really nice rest break, picked his ball up. He did 1 rep, and then his second hit the bottom of the target. He got a no rep. He ended up dropping it and taking it another rest break. So that's kind of what I was talking about earlier about, like, kind of being planned for that. Like, if you just took a break and you got a no rep on your second one, then you take a break again, then that next break needs to be really quick. You can't let it turn into, hey, you only got 1 rep and you're still taking the break that you took as if you did a full set.
Yeah.
What's worse, if you hit the bottom of the target and the ball flies back at your face, or if you airball?
Ooh, I think
I think
I
the
don't know, the
airball
ball-
is worse because
the-
it's embarrassing.
I don't know. The ball hitting your face is embarrassing too, though.
Overall, from a scoring perspective, I do think that we only saw 4 elite male athletes, and then we have 1 female, 1 male here, and Meg is ahead. But I think that the lower target is going to mean that this workout overall is skewed, that women times are just a little bit faster.
And the lower box.
Lower box
Yeah.
too, but the lower box, at least in most cases, is wider, whereas like the target is a foot shorter. So the ball's going to like travel and faster, and the reps will just be quicker at 9 feet.
I mean, honestly, I agree. I think that the chance of somebody beating Colton Merton's time is pretty high, and I think it's might be more likely to come from the girls' side.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So on step ups or step overs, and even on the box jumps, one of the things I was kind of surprised on is there's not real clear standard on how your feet clear the box on the way down. And if you go back and watch the live stream, Colton Mertens was kind of side profile, and his foot was like hanging off the side instead of coming back over the side of the box. There's nothing that, at least that I found in the rule book, that indicates that that's a no rep. And if you can do that on the box jumps or step downs, I do think it saves your hip flexors a lot coming off. It's like way more efficient.
To not have to pick your foot up that last little bit, to like drag it over the edge versus just letting it come off the side of the box can be a huge benefit, because it's going to add up a lot over all those reps.
Yeah,
So
when I get tired on box jump overs, that's what gets really slow, is getting that second foot off of the box.
So, but they didn't do this in the demo, but I thought it was at least worth noting, because when I saw the video live, I was like, oh, these are all no reps. And then I went through the standards and I couldn't find anything that indicated they were no reps.
The only thing that they said in the standards that I saw was if you're going to jump and clear the box, it had to be over those,
That's a
those
bold
edges
move.
of it.
Yeah, so the other technical thing I was going to say, you could see here when Colton is on the box, he stands up, he is completely tall. Like he's maybe has like a couple degrees of knee extension that he can get fully standing. I would recommend trying to maintain a much lower posture and not standing all the way up on a step over. Your feet have to touch the top, but you don't have to stand up on it. So if you can stay in a partial squat, you do a lot less work.
I think it's just an artifact of where he's holding the ball. It's hard to do that in a squat, I would say.
With the ball on the back shoulder,
his
like
shoulder.
that. Yeah. So, I mean, we were at getting to the 66 wall balls at 5:48 and 5:17. They didn't finish until basically 9 and 10 minutes respectively. So you're spending multiple minutes on that set of 66, even if you are highly fit. So that can kind of give you a context for where the bottleneck of the workout is, where you need to be tough, where you need to push, and kind of where the target will be. This will be well above the top 25% in terms of output,
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that they did a really good job. I mean, I know that shit's kind of hitting the fan here, and like their legs are very, very sore and tired at this point. But I think that they did a really,
The
really
freaking
good
tree
job.
is tipping me.
yeah. The tree. I also think that it would be one of my nightmares to have that many people in my face screaming at
With
me.
the tree.
And bread.
She's hitting me with a
White
tree.
bread.
Oh, yeah, there's some bread.
Yeah, she's gonna get bread thrown in her
They're
face.
just waving the bread in her face.
I think it definitely shows how much this workout's going to trash your legs when they're like trying to push to finish and still doing twos.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
failing to get to the ball all the way up. Yeah, this is going to be a hard one to sprint finish, so be prepared on your pacing.
And the winner is May!
Bread ladies.
Bread,
All right,
bread lady.
bread.
Let's go out to the
lady.
floor and see how they feel.
All right, tree guy, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad you hurting right now?
Yeah, it's only like a 2.
He said a 2.
A 14?
All right. Nice. And what about you, bread lady?
I warm up.
Describe in one word how you feel right now.
Ready. I don't know. Bread. Sour.
Bread, you heard it. All right, I'm sitting here with our demo athletes, Meg and Colton. Guys, amazing job. You both crushed it. Look, I know how hard this is and how nerve-wracking it can be. I've done this for several years, so walk me through a little bit about how you felt coming into the workout.
Very scared. I was having a panic attack.
I was super nervous. I had a good plan. Set 1 of wall balls. I forgot to stick to the plan. I forgot to set it down.
It happens. Walk me through the strategy. Tell me, what was your plan going in? Did you stick to it? And then how did it come out at the end?
Yeah, my strategy was to just let myself do the first 20 unbroken because I knew I'd be excited, but then not be afraid to do small sets of wall balls because we did Karen in class a couple weeks ago and I feel like that went well for me. So I did smaller sets than I feel like it would have originally, and besides the very end, I feel like it went exactly how I wanted it to.
Nice, I love that. Awesome. Colton, what about you, man? You had a plan. You said it kind of fell apart a little bit. Walk me through why. Did you get nervous, anxious? What happened there?
I was supposed to do 12-8 on the first set of wall balls, and I even told my judge, Kyle, that, and I got to 13, and I even said it to him while I was going. I was like, I forgot. And so I think I was just nervous. I didn't want to put it down.
That's all right, it happens. It's a lot of nerves, a lot of pressure, a lot of yelling. All right, so Meg, you do classes with our TTT affiliate programming. Tell me a little bit about how the classes prepared you for tonight and the win.
I feel like we do a lot of this stuff in class, and I'm competing every day with the people around me. They might not know it, but I am. So I just feel like it gets me like knowing how to pace off people and like always competing in something.
Awesome, awesome. Colton, you follow our online program, TTT Compete. Tell me a little bit about the training and how it led you up to tonight, and things might have gone well, maybe it could be better. What have you learned from following the program that's going to set you up for success in these remaining weeks?
Well, I kind of let you down, Mike. Sorry to all the Compete guys. But it makes me try things every week. Me and my training partner, Clay, we look at Compete and we're like, dude, I don't even know if we can complete that. And we have gained a lot of confidence. Like going into this, I was super nervous, but I knew that I was prepared.
That's awesome, man. I love it. All right, so if you guys were going to redo this workout, what's something you would do differently?
Well, I will not redo this workout. Just be more confident, like maybe stretch my back out a little more. My low back's pretty tight, and just really like be confident in the plan and know that 12 minutes feels like a long time when you're doing it.
Colton, give us some advice. What would you do different? Walk us through game plan if you're going to hit a redo.
Break very early because my legs were they were blown up going into the second set of wall balls. So.
Awesome, that's great advice. All right, you guys saw it from our demo athletes. Remember, make sure that you leave a comment in the video for which team you are choosing.
You better be Team Bread.
Team Bread Lady, or Team Tree Guy, because next week we're gonna pick a winner of each team to give away a free $250 Rogue gift card. Again, leave a comment, leave your name, get your chance to win some cool cash prizes.